Today we're going to make a whistle. Here's the final whistle that you will make. I'm going to orbit around so you can see exactly what it's going to look like. You can refer back to this part of the video to see exactly what it should look like. Notice we've got a piece down in there and a hole in there. Right now I have the outlines turned off. I can show you what it looks like to have materials and outlines. Right there, if you want to see just the outlines, you can see that there. And yours is going to look like this, so I'm just going to do materials only. That's the final whistle that we're looking for. So let's get started. I'm going to create a new design. I'm going to sketch a circle, and I'm going to sketch it on this plane. I'm going to start it on one of these intersections here. That's very important. I'm going to be precise. I'm going to make that 12 millimeters. Hit enter twice. I'm going to use a keyboard shortcut to extrude that circle into the Z dimension, and I'm going to extrude that up 63 millimeters. Pan down so I can see that. I'm going to use a keyboard shortcut to move this circle up, and so I can click this to move it in the Z axis. And I'm going to key in down, let's see, click that one again. I'm going to key in 57 millimeters. Hit enter. Now I'm going to sketch another circle. When I click that, notice that it assumes that I want to create it on this plane of the circle that I just drew. I don't want that, so I'm going to get out of there. So I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to sketch it on this plane, and I'm going to put it exactly on that intersection right there. Don't put it anywhere else. Put it right there. It'll be important later. Open that up, and I'm going to make that a 60 millimeter diameter circle. Hit enter twice. Use a keyboard shortcut to move this. First I'm going to rotate it, and I can click this circle right here to rotate it along that axis. And I'm going to key in 90 degrees. I'm not going to hit enter yet because I want to move it more. So I'm going to move it up. I want it to be exactly in the plane with that. So I'm going to move it up. And because this is a down arrow, I'm going to put negative, and that was 57. So I'm going to move it up 57. I'm not going to hit enter yet because I want to move it in this direction along the x-axis. I'm going to move that 15 millimeters. Now I'm ready to hit enter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this circle and I'm going to sweep it around that circle. I'm going to use a keyboard shortcut to sweep, but you can find it up here if you look closely. So it's telling me to find the profile first. I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to have it sweep around this path. Boom. Hit enter, and I'm done. I'm going to go ahead and hide those sketches because I don't want them in my way. Don't delete them. Go ahead and hide them if you don't want them in your way. Now what we're going to do is we're going to carve into the bottom part of our whistle. So I'm going to grab the polyline tool. And I want you to place, so I'm going to sketch it first on this plane. I want you to place the triangle exactly in the places where I am placing it. And that's going to be also important later. There we go. And notice that it's filled in, meaning that is a complete polygon. Hit enter to exit that mode. I'm going to hit a keyboard shortcut to move and rotate this. I'm going to rotate this again along that axis at 90 degrees. And then I'm going to move it along this axis at negative 15 millimeters. And then I am done. So I've got it lined up where I want it. I'm going to extrude that into my whistle. I'm going to hit the keyboard shortcut for extrude, select that two-dimensional shape, and I'm going to move it into, I want it to be exactly 11 millimeters. It was negative to move it in that direction. Hit enter, and now look, I've carved into that almost halfway, and I'm going to do that on the other side. To do that, I'm going to move this triangle, and at this point I can move it as far as I want. We don't have to be precise at this point. It's here that we're going to be precise. So I'm going to hit the keyboard shortcut for extrude, and I'm going to move that into my whistle to match the distance that I had before. Hit enter, and now I've carved into it. I'm going to hide that sketch, and I want to put a hole right in here. And so I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw it on this plane right here, and now this is the challenging part. There's no way in 123D design right now to have that exactly where we want it. So we're going to place it almost in the center, but enough away from that line there that it's not going to interfere. Actually, I'm going to put center, and I'm going to key in 3 millimeters. Bingo. I'm going to extrude that circle into my whistle. Notice that it's subtracting material, and I'm almost ready to go, and I'm going to hide that sketch, so now I just have my materials. Now what I need to do is to hollow this out, because right now it is one solid piece and I want to hollow that out. There's a tool up here called the shell tool. I'm going to hit the keyboard shortcut for that, and I'm going to select this face, so I'm going to shell that out, and I want the thickness inside to be 1 millimeter. Looking pretty good. I want to round out some edges so this looks nicer and is more comfortable, so I'm going to hit the keyboard shortcut for fillet. I'm going to select that edge, and I want the fillet radius to be 1 millimeter. I also want to smooth this out, so I'm going to fillet that edge also, and I'm going to make the fillet radius 5 millimeters. Pan down here, and I want all of these edges down here to be nice and smooth as well. So I'm going to select my fillet tool, and I can draw a box and fillet all of those at the same time, and I'm going to make that a fillet radius of 0.4. Notice how it did all of those at the same time. We're getting very close. So now the piece that I need to do is to put a little piece inside there to create physics for my whistle. So I'm going to turn my sketches back on, because I'm going to reuse this circle that I had before. So I'm going to move it. I used a keyboard shortcut there. I'm going to move it along the z-axis, and I'm just going to do 20 millimeters. I'm going to go up here. We're going to draw a line on that circle. Because it's selected, when I select my circle tool, it's going to assume that I want to draw it on that plane. Okay, notice that it snaps to the perimeter of that circle, and this is going to be somewhat approximate. I'm going to put it right about there, and draw it all the way to the other side of my perimeter. And the key part here is that it is perpendicular. Notice it says 0 degrees there. In some cases it may say 180 degrees. That indicates that it is parallel with my grid. Click, exit that mode. Now I'm going to extrude this portion of my circle, so I'm going to hit my keyboard shortcut, and I'm going to extrude that up 6 millimeters. Notice how I've got a little block. I'm going to move that down along the z-axis, and I'm going to move it down negative 35 millimeters, and now it is inside my whistle. I'm going to hide all of my sketches, and I've now brought you to the point where you have to figure out the rest. What you're going to do is carve out a little angular piece here inside your whistle so the air blows past all of that. Keep in mind that I'm using millimeters on my grid right here. That's going to be helpful for the dimensions that I've given you. And I've left the linear snap to 1 millimeter. And there's the whistle. Now you figure out how to finish it out. Good luck.